Morning, good morning, good morning. We made it another amazing day. Today is day 2 of the Metabolic Minute, and our faith focus for today is coming from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. I will say one of the hardest things to do is to trust God's process when you don't see immediate results. We live in a world where it got to be like popcorn, but sometimes we want the scale to move faster, right? If you can agree, we want our energy to improve overnight, and then we want our bodies to change immediately. I just want to remind you, like, it took years for some of us, years and years and years for us to get where we are today. Patience is the key. However, faith will remind you that growth often happens before we can see it. Walk by faith and not by sight, right? And just because you don't see the results today doesn't mean that God is not working. So please continue to show up for yourself. Keep making those healthy choices. I promise you. Trust your process. The results are coming. It's those small, consistent actions that produce lasting transformation. So again, Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, not just a little bit, but all thine heart. And lean, I like to say, and lean, hello, somebody, not into your own understanding. In all of thy ways acknowledge him, and I promise you, he will direct your path. And I'm not just telling you what I'm reading from the scripture, but I'm telling you what I know from my own life experience. In today's metabolic lesson is, what is metabolic flexibility? I've never heard of that word before I started studying all of this fasting stuff. But metabolic flexibility is your body's ability to switch between burning sugar, aka glucose, those words are interchangeable, and burning fat for fuel. So think about it as having two separate fuel tanks. You have one full fuel tank over here, right, that is burning sugar or glucose. And then we have this other fuel tank over here, which is burning stored body fat. Hallelujah. So when we talk about that GKI being under 9, we're in fat burning mode. And many people become metabolically inflexible, or we like to say insulin resistance, because their bodies rely mostly on burning sugar for most of the day for energy. And it never ever gets to the point where it's able to switch back and forth. However, when we fast, we reduce, not just fasting, but we got to fast, right? Or get to fast, as I like to say, reduce constant snacking, and improve our nutrition. We begin teaching our body how to access that stored fat again. And follow me along this 30 days. I'm sharing all of my numbers. I'm sharing my weight and everything, and watch how my body transforms. That ability to switch back and forth between fuel sources is called metabolic flexibility. And that is the whole intention when we are fasting, is to have our body to be able to metabolically switch. And the more you metabolically switch or become metabolically flexible, for lack of a better term, and the more you become metabolically flexible, the more stable your energy tends to be. The fewer cravings you will have, right? And the easier it becomes to tap into that stored body fat. I'm not just telling you what I studied. I'm not just telling you what I read, but I'm telling you what I've applied to my own self. This journey has been the best journey ever. And my whole goal, if you have not heard me say this before, is if God allow me to see, I'm 50 now, right? 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Maybe he might even let your girl live to 120. But if that be the case, I want to do so in my right mind. I was flabbergasted when I heard that dementia is diabetes of the brain. And don't get it twisted. I am looking to drop a couple pounds too. I can afford to drop some pounds of fat. But when I talk about, and there's nothing wrong, let me just say this, disclaimer, there's nothing wrong with wanting your body to look a certain way. But I think the season that I am in right now, I'm really more concerned about what my body is doing on the inside. But what's amazing about that is, y'all know that song, something on the inside is working on the outside. Oh, what a change in my life, right? It worked the same naturally when you're talking about what we're feeding our body. So if you want to change your body composition, if you want to change the look of your body, you got to be cognizant of what you're putting inside of your body. Now, going back to the 3 fast framework, when we incorporate all 3 of those, because mindset is everything. When you change this first, it'll literally change everything else. That is the truth. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hop in. We're going to test our to see what our GKI is for today. Today is day 2, y'all. So let's go. So I put the little needle in here already. Remember, I put my pressure on 4. You got 1 to 5. We have our ketone strip. We have our glucose strip. In the upcoming videos, I'm sure I'm going to have all this out and ready to go. And we have our alcohol wipe. So we're going to pick a finger. And remember, I like to prick on the side. It just feels like you don't feel it as much. Engage. And if you accidentally engage it, if you will, pull it back. Boom. So we're going to press it. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to push it too hard either. Massage my finger. Okay, we're going to do it again. Let me get the tip of my finger. Well, I like the side. Let's see. I say you don't have to press it too hard, and then you see when I don't press it, it don't come out. So we got a little bit of blood. Wipe it off. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put our glucose strip in first. We're going to squeeze. Look at that. We got a little doublet. Let's put it up against it real quick. All right. And it's doing a countdown. What we got? 97. Now I want to show you my Dexicom. So my Dexicom is they are in agreement today. Look at that. They're on one accord. Normally they're not on one accord, but hey, it's all right. We'll take it. Boop. And I was going to say, well, I'll show y'all what my trend is. All right, same deal. So the ketones, we're going to massage. Come on. We don't want to prick another time. Sometimes you got to be kind to it. Come on out. Come on out. Call those things. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to do it again so we can get this moving because this is not about to be a 3-hour video. I felt that one. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to take this out, put it back in, beat, so it's ready. So we're going to squeeze again. There we go. And typically you would test in the morning. Maybe I need to do that because I get up too early to go to the gym and it's just to be tired. 0.3. Okay, so 0.3. And yesterday we were at a 0.2. So I'm going to look for my Keto Mojo app. And what we're going to do, keep this turned on. So we had a 0.3. And remember, our GKI yesterday was a 26. So I'm just going to hit for it to sync. It's syncing with the meter. And of course it says cannot connect. Try again. Oh, you got to make sure to stay on. It's syncing. Do not close. Okay. And here we go. Boom. 17.9. So as you can see yesterday on day 1, is it the other way? Is it this way? Oh, it's right here. Yesterday was a 26. I'll put it on the screen. Yesterday our GKI was 26.3. Today our GKI is 17.9. So as we go through the days, what's going to dictate these numbers is what I'm consuming and the number of hours I am fasting. So I just shared, we have 2 fuel tanks. We have our glucose, sugar, they're interchangeable, and then we have our fat burning system. So basically, if I can speak in layman's terms, our body is filled with sugar. I'm gonna do my level best. Take what you want, leave what you don't. But our body is filled with sugar, right? As we fast, we are depleting those sugar stores. So when we talk about type 2 diabetes, when we talk about dementia, when we talk about hot flashes, y'all, hot flashes, for the most part, is an imbalance of your hormones. Can you fast and get rid of hot flashes? It's very possible. The study is out there. I'm gonna make sure I say my disclaimers because y'all be like, Crystal said, well, let me just tell you, I've seen it happen with my own eyes. You know, I don't have hot flashes, and I don't know if I don't have them because of my lifestyle, because I have cut out the highly inflammatory oils. The only time I consume those oils is when I'm on the outside of my house. I've cut out a lot of highly processed foods. I will consume them here or there, but it's not my everyday. It's not, I don't eat 2 hours within 2 hours of going to bed. That's not my normal routine. Have I eaten, wait, let me say that better. Have I had food within 2 hours before? Yes, but my lifestyle is not that. That's what it used to be. So whatever you have going on, if you want to heal, you can actually do it, believe it or not. I'm just so amazed of all the breakthroughs and all the control that we have over our bodies, regardless of where you are right now. And that's one of the reasons why I am sharing this. I was like, oh, I need a challenge for June. How about we create the Metabolic Minute? So because I do the 3 fast framework, I'm going to give you some mindset tips. I'm going to give you some spiritual tips. And then we're going to talk about this body. So continue to follow. Also, I'm going to drop my weight. So I'll put my weight up here. You'll see it. I'll put my weight right over here so you can see where I am because I'm weighing in. So we get to watch how my body is going to shift. I took my pictures. So I'm excited. Follow Fasting for Her if you're not already doing so. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And if you are interested in hopping into the community, visit www.fastingforher.com. Coaching lessons every week. The women are doing amazing. I offer one-on-one and I offer my community. But hop in the community, take a look to see what it's all about. If you have any other questions, let me know. Make sure you do something today that your future self is going to thank you for, and I will see you soon. Peace.